Today, we bring you a remarkable tale of military prowess and strategic deterrence in the Eastern Mediterranean Sea. It's a story of a powerful show of strength, designed to keep a volatile situation in check. In a world where international tensions are ever present, and conflicts can erupt seemingly out of nowhere, the need for a strong military presence is undeniable. Recently, the world watched as the USS Gerald R. Ford Carrier Strike Group sailed into the Eastern Mediterranean Sea, with a mission that sends a resounding message to any potential threat in the region. The USS Gerald Ford Carrier Strike Group is not your average naval fleet. It represents the epitome of American military might. At its heart lies the crown jewel, the U.S. Navy aircraft carrier USS Gerald R. Ford. This behemoth of the seas is a true marvel of modern engineering. It is home to 8 squadrons of attack and support aircraft, capable of delivering a punch like no other. When this floating airfield arrives in any region, it's a clear sign that the U.S. is taking the situation seriously. Accompanying the USS Gerald Ford are the vigilant guardians of the seas, including the Ticonderoga-class guided missile cruiser USS Normandy. This cruiser is equipped with advanced weaponry and radar systems, making it a formidable presence on the water. Alongside it are the Arleigh Burke-class guided missile destroyers USS Thomas Hudner, USS Ramage, USS Carney, and USS Roosevelt. These ships are like the watchful sentinels of the carrier group, ensuring its safety and mission success. But the show of strength doesn't end with the naval fleet. Efforts are underway to further increase the U.S. posture in the region. This includes the rapid deployment of U.S. Air Force F-15s, F-16s, and A-10s. These formidable fighter aircraft are being sent to augment existing fighter squadrons in the Eastern Mediterranean. The message is clear: the U.S. is ready and willing to defend its interests and those of its allies. As tensions in the Eastern Mediterranean continue to simmer, the arrival of these highly capable forces is more than just a military maneuver. It is a powerful signal of deterrence to any actor who might have designs on escalating the situation or threatening the stability of the region. General Michael Eric Kurilla, the commander of U.S. Central Command, affirmed this when he said, "The arrival of these highly capable forces to the region is a strong signal of deterrence should any actor hostile to Israel consider trying to take advantage of this situation." The arrival of the USS Gerald R. Ford Carrier Strike Group in the Eastern Mediterranean Sea is not just a military deployment, it's a statement of unwavering commitment. It sends a clear message that the United States, together with its allies, stands ready to safeguard peace and security in the region. In response to the recent attacks in Israel, Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin has issued orders to reposition the Gerald Ford Carrier Strike Group to the Eastern Mediterranean Sea. The Carrier Strike Group has been operating in the Mediterranean Sea since June, initially responding to Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Furthermore, Secretary Austin intends to bolster the region's defense by deploying additional Air Force squadrons, including F-35 Joint Strike Fighters, F-15s, F-16s, and A-10 tactical aircraft. This strategic move follows discussions between Secretary Austin and President Joe Biden regarding the U.S. response to the recent attack on Israel by Hamas. Secretary Austin emphasized the importance of enhancing the joint force posture and providing rapid material support to Israel. These actions underscore the unwavering commitment of the United States to support the Israel Defense Forces and the Israeli people. The recent conflict emerged when, on a Saturday morning, Hamas launched an attack on Israel, moving forces from the Gaza Strip. The attack caught the Israel Defense Forces in southern Israel by surprise, leading to a challenging and intense situation. There are reports of hostages, prisoners of war, and casualties among IDF soldiers. The exact casualty figures are still being determined. Hamas, designated as a foreign terrorist organization by the U.S. State Department, governs the Gaza Strip, a territory considered occupied by Israel, according to the State Department. The conflict has resulted in casualties on both sides, with Israel reporting at least 1,300 Israelis and 3,000 wounded. In response to these developments, Secretary Austin also communicated with Israeli Minister of Defense Yoav Gallant. During the conversation, Secretary Austin expressed strong support for the people of Israel and received updates on Israel's efforts to restore security and safety following the terrorist attack by Hamas. The U.S. remains resolute in its support for Israel's right to defend itself and has taken steps to strengthen its military presence in the region to enhance regional deterrence efforts. This afternoon, President Biden spoke with Prime Minister Netanyahu to reiterate unwavering U.S. support for Israel. President Biden updated Prime Minister Netanyahu on U.S. military support and reiterated his warning against anyone seeking to expand the conflict. President Biden discussed with Prime Minister Netanyahu U.S. coordination with the United Nations, Egypt, Jordan, Israel, and others in the region to ensure innocent civilians have access to water, food, and medical care. President Biden affirmed his support for all efforts to protect civilians. As more information comes to light about Hamas's brutal atrocities committed over the past week, President Biden reiterated the need for all countries to unequivocally condemn Hamas as a terrorist organization that does not represent the aspirations of the Palestinian people. In conclusion, the arrival of the USS Gerald R. Ford Carrier Strike Group in the Eastern Mediterranean Sea is not just a military deployment, it's a statement of unwavering commitment. It sends a clear message that the United States, together with its allies, stands ready to safeguard peace and security in the region. As we continue to monitor this dynamic situation, Benito News remains dedicated to bringing you the latest updates and in-depth analysis on events that shape our world. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to stay informed about this story and more. Your support keeps us going, and we are here to provide you with the news that matters. Thank you for joining us today, and